Okay, today we're going to work on 2-point perspective. I actually find it to be easier than 1-point perspective. 1-point perspective, you got to deal with horizontals, verticals, and lines that disappear to a vanishing point. In 2-point, you only have to deal with two types of lines. Either they're perfectly vertical, or they disappear to one of the two vanishing points. You just need to figure out which one. Because we're using pen for these can be a little bit complicated, or they get a little messy. All those lines kind of overlapping each other. So again, feel free to do this one assignment over 2 to 3 different pages. That's perfectly fine. And so we're going to start just like we did last time. I'm going to make a horizon line somewhere about in the middle. Again, I'm not measuring that. I'm not wasting that time doing that. It changes with my eye level. And so if I'm on the ground, it's going to be lower on my paper. Down here, if I'm standing up, it's going to be maybe closer to the top. You don't want it directly on the bottom or directly on the top of your paper because that would look a little bit goofy, but it moves. Now our vanishing points, for today we're just going to put our vanishing points at the edge of our paper right here. Now typically if we're drawing from life, which we will do, hopefully we'll get to go outside and draw the building if it's nice out when we get to that. Your vanishing points aren't going to be perfectly at your edge. Unless you just happen to be exactly in the middle. A lot of times you might have one that's like right here on your paper, and then you'll have another one that's maybe like 2 foot that direction, and you'll have to wing it a little bit. Taking this knowledge and applying it sometimes can be a little difficult if you don't get it. So we'll start real small, real basic. And I know, yesterday you guys did 1 point. I know some of you are way above this. Okay, some of you did this just last year, maybe with the middle school teacher. We still got to go over it because some of you didn't have her, so I can't assume you all did. And if some of you did, I've got seniors in here, they maybe haven't had her since 8th grade. So I need to go over this again. Should be a nice, quick, easy assignment that you'll be able to get done. Now tomorrow we're going to do 3-point perspective. You probably won't feel that way about that. But real simple, I'm going to start with a vertical line in the top left there. Okay. When we do 1-point perspective, we start with a box, right? The face of the object. When we do 2-point perspective, we start with a line or the edge of that box. When we do 3-point, we'll start with just a dot, and we'll go over that tomorrow. Now, once I've got my line, I'm going to take the top and bottom of that line to both vanishing points. So I'm going to take the top and bottom to the left. And I am going to take the top and bottom to the right. Like that. So I have like what looks like 2 skinny triangles butted up against one another. Now once I've done that, I need to find how wide I want my box to be. I would highly recommend that you don't make them the same distance on either side because they'll match up in a weird way later. Make one side shorter than the other. So I'm going to make this one feel a little bit tall or skinny on that side and fat over here. Now, if I'm drawing this like I'm not seeing through it, I would take, since this box is above my eye level line, I can see the bottom of it. So I would take the bottom to the other side's vanishing point. And it would look something like this. And we would stop if we weren't drawing through these. But, like last time, I want you to draw through these. And so, I'm going to take the top also to this vanishing line. And the top over here, this vanishing point. Like that. Now, ideally, these 2 points, this point where it crisscrosses at the top and this point here where it crisscrosses at the bottom, should line up and be perfectly vertical. Now, little tiny mistakes, and I mean little tiny mistakes, can cause that to kind of lean one way or the other. So for right now, find these 2 dots in the back where they crisscross and connect them. Try to make your ruler as vertical as you can. Like I said, sometimes it has just the slightest lean to it, like that one kind of does. And it literally could be because I started this just literally maybe like a 32nd of an inch above this line. And that gets worse and worse and worse at the end there. And so, not a big deal. Just finish it out. Most of the time you won't draw through them, but I want you to understand how this space works, not just know about it, okay? And so that's what it looks like above the line. On the line, it looks about the same. We just delete that final step if we're drawing it like we can't see through it. So I'll draw my vertical line for the edge that's facing me. I'm going to take the top and the bottom to both vanishing points. Then, if I were drawing these like I can't see through them, I would find the edge of my box and I'd be done. Alright, I can't see the top or the bottom because it's over the top of that on my finishing point or on my horizon line. I still want you to draw these ones like you can see through them. So I'm going to take that over there, that one over there, that there, and then I'll find that very back corner where those two lines just crisscross like that. Now, that can get pretty confusing if you don't make your boxes big enough because you try to fit them all on one paper. You know, if I'd made my vertical line like only an inch right here, they're so close to this horizon line that they get flatter and flatter, right? There's a lot more space here than there is right here, and that's because it's getting closer to my horizon line. If my box is sitting on the horizon line, it's going to be perfectly flat. All right. Now, that's basic 2-point. Pretty easy. We're in class. I'll walk through it together with you. If you're struggling, watch this video as many times as you need to. Same thing as last time. 4 above, 4 below, 2 on the line, not 6. It's not 6. All right, that's 10. So get after it.